Okay, so get this. Our solar system has a visitor, and I don't mean just any visitor. We're talking about something that's traveled for hundreds of millions of years, all the way from the darkest corners of the galaxy, and it's brought with it this whole trail of cosmic puzzles. Puzzles that are literally challenging everything we thought we knew. Today, we're going to try and unpack the incredible mystery of 3I/Atlas. So what is this thing? Is it just, another comet passing through the neighborhood, or is it something way more profound, like a time capsule? A 760-million-year-old time capsule from an ancient part of our galaxy that just happened to show up at our front door. All right, let's dive in. So here's the bottom line. We have an object from outside our solar system, from interstellar space, that's flying through it right now. Now, this has only happened twice before in all of human history. This is only the third confirmed visitor we've ever had. But as you're about to see, this one is on a whole other level.
All right, section 1, faster, bigger, stranger, and you'll see why in a second. To really get why scientists are so completely captivated by this thing, we need to kind of build a profile of it. Think of it like a cosmic detective story. And right from the very beginning, every single clue we found just screamed that something was deeply, deeply unusual.
So it was first spotted back in July 2025 by something called the Atlas Network. This is basically an automated system that's constantly scanning the sky for any asteroids that might be a hazard to us. And one day it flagged a new, faint, moving dot. At first, it seemed pretty routine. But then astronomers calculated its path and its speed, and that's when all the alarms started going off. Okay, the first huge clue was its speed. Just look at this. 3I/Atlas was clocked at a staggering 58 kilometers per second. That is flying. To put that in perspective, that's way faster than Mercury, which is the speediest planet in our entire solar system. But here's the real kicker. It was moving that fast when it was way out near Jupiter. An object that far from the sun should be moving much, much slower. So that incredible speed, that was the smoking gun. It was proof that this thing wasn't from around here. It wasn't caught in our sun's gravity. It was just passing through.
And to really hammer home just how unique this thing is, let's look at our only two other confirmed interstellar visitors, Oumuamua and Borisov. 3I/Atlas makes them look absolutely tiny. It's over 5 kilometers wide, for one thing. It's traveling at almost double their speed, and its entry angle was just bizarre. See, the first two kind of dropped in from above, the flat disk of our solar system. But Atlas? Nope. It came skidding in directly from the side. And this quote from the experts really nails it. It's like an arrow hitting a target. Just think about the sheer improbability of that. For an object just randomly traveling through the galaxy to hit the flat, thin disk of our solar system so perfectly from the side on such a direct path. That is an astronomical long shot. What are the odds?
All right, next up, a comet breaking the rules. So at this point, we have a big, super fast object on a really strange path. But this is where the story goes from just unusual to deeply weird. Because as 3I/Atlas got closer to our sun, it started behaving in ways we have literally never seen before.
So here's puzzle number 1. Why did it have a coma, that's the gassy cloud around a comet, so early? This first major mystery popped up while it was still way out in the cold, dark depths of the outer solar system, nowhere near the sun's warmth. It started acting like a comet, but just way, way too soon.
See, comets from our solar system, the ones we're used to, they need to get a lot closer to the sun for that warmth to start turning their water ice into a gas cloud, the coma. But Atlas started forming its coma way out near Jupiter's orbit. That told scientists it had to be made of something way more volatile than just water ice. We're talking stuff like frozen carbon dioxide, dry ice, which turns to gas at much, much colder temperatures. This was the first huge clue that its chemical makeup was something totally exotic.
And if you thought that was weird, wait till you hear this. The next anomaly was even stranger, and it's all about how sunlight itself was bouncing off of this thing's coma. It basically seemed to break a fundamental rule of physics.
Okay, quick physics lesson. I promise it's painless. So, when sunlight hits the dust and gas in a comet's coma, that light scatters, right? We call that polarization. It's just the direction the light scatters. And in basically every single comet and asteroid we have ever studied, that light scatters either up or down. We call that positive polarization. Simple enough.
But not this one. No way.
With 3I Atlas, the light hitting its coma scattered backwards, back towards the sun. Not only was this what we call negative polarization, it was the most extreme negative polarization ever recorded, from any object. Ever. Its dust grains are just unlike anything we have ever seen before.
And then came the chemical mystery, a real head-scratcher. Scientists started using spectroscopy. That's just a fancy way of analyzing the light to see what something's made of. And when they looked at its gassy coma, they noticed a key cosmic ingredient was just gone, completely inexplicably missing.
Okay, this one is genuinely baffling. See, out in the cosmos, nickel and iron, they're forged together inside dying stars. They're like cosmic twins. You almost always find them together. So when Atlas was far out, away from the sun, its coma showed clear signs of nickel, but zero iron. Nothing. It was a complete mystery. But then, as it got closer to the sun and heated up, iron suddenly just appeared in the gas cloud. This tells us its internal structure must be completely different from anything we know, releasing materials at totally different temperatures, in a way our comets just don't.
And just when you think it can't get any weirder, it does. There was one final, visually bizarre thing about this comet that just defied all logic. I'm talking about its tail.
Think about it. A comet's tail is made of gas and dust pushed by the solar wind, so it always points away from the sun. Always. But when 3I Atlas first showed up, for a while its tail was pointing towards the sun. This analogy says it all, like your hair blowing against the wind. It's just physically wrong. It makes no sense. Now, the tail did eventually flip around to a normal position as it got closer, but that initial behavior, it remains a deep, deep mystery.
All right, Section 3, one last look. So after all of this unbelievably strange behavior, you can bet scientists were desperate for a front row seat to watch its closest approach to the sun. I mean, that's when all the action would be at its peak. But, unfortunately, the universe had other plans.
On the exact day it was closest and hottest, October 29th, 2025, it passed directly behind the sun from our point of view. The sun's glare just completely blinded all our telescopes. We missed the main event. It's a cosmic bummer, for sure. But we do still have a couple of chances left to study it.
As it's flying away from the sun, it's going to make its closest pass to Earth in December of 2025. That'll be our best shot to see how the sun's intense heat might have changed it. Then, in March of 2026, it'll swing by Jupiter one last time. This gives probes like Juno one final opportunity to maybe snap a picture before it just disappears back into the void forever.
Okay, last section. The messenger. So after this brief, totally baffling encounter, what's the big takeaway? What message, if any, did this visitor bring us from deep space?
Well, here's the thing. 3I Atlas isn't just some rock. It's a 760-million-year-old relic. And get this, it came from the ancient, thick disk of the Milky Way. That's this old, primordial layer of our galaxy that surrounds the younger, thinner disk where we live. So its chemistry, its structure, even its dust is just fundamentally alien to our little corner of the universe. It's basically a messenger, and its message is that the rules we're used to in our solar system, they don't necessarily apply out there in the wider galaxy.
And that really just leaves us with one last huge question. This thing, this messenger, traveled for 760 million years just to give us a tiny glimpse into a totally different cosmic history. So it really makes you wonder, what else is out there, right now, traveling silently through the void? What other ancient messengers are on their way?